For years, I kept a secret that only a handful of top neurological surgeons were allowed to see. Today, I am breaking that silence. Behind hospital walls, behind closed research meetings, and behind a trillion-dollar pharmaceutical industry, there exists a quiet discovery that almost never reaches the public. Most seniors are told that losing their balance is just part of aging. That is a lie. In a locked lab, I watched seniors over 80, people who could barely stand, transform in weeks using a hidden reset switch in the brain. If you fail the 10-second test I'm about to show you, your independence is at immediate risk. But there is one movement, just one, that can reconnect your brain to your legs instantly. By the end of this video, you'll know why the industry doesn't want you to see this footage. You probably clicked this video because something felt off recently. Maybe your body wobbled slightly in the shower. Maybe your balance slipped while you were doing something as simple as tying your shoes or reaching for a jar on the top shelf. That sensation? It isn't random. It is a silent alarm. Most people believe balance simply fades like an old battery, but that is the story the stability industry wants you to believe. This market profits from your fear. They sell you braces, walkers, expensive pills, and glossy programs that cost thousands. They even pay influencers to promote stability solutions that never actually fix the root cause. Why? Because if you knew the truth, that balance collapses in hidden muscles that almost nobody trains, you wouldn't need their products. This collapse happens quietly, months or even years before a fall ever occurs. But here's what is truly chilling. Researchers in Japan and Europe have already proven that seniors who fail the 10-second test can recover total control. They don't need equipment, they don't need a gym. They used 4 specific movements so basic that no company could patent them. Today, we are going through those 4 exercises. We will count down from number 4 to the absolute gold standard at number 1. When we reach exercise number 1, you will understand why scientists describe it as a neurological reset switch. But first, let's see where you stand. I want you to be honest with yourself. How old are you, and have you ever tried a balance test at home? I read every single comment, and I want to hear your story. It helps me tailor these deep dives for you. Exercise number 4, the chair stand power move. We begin with number 4. Most people dismiss this because it looks too simple, but this movement is one of the most powerful predictors of longevity in people over 75 and 80. According to research published in the European Journal of Preventive Cardiology, your ability to stand up from a chair without using your hands isn't just a leg exercise, it's a measurement of something called functional muscle power. Muscle strength is how much weight you can lift. Muscle power is how quickly you can generate that force. Think about your daily life. Every time you get out of bed, rise from the toilet, or step out of a car, you are using muscle power. If this power fades, your world starts to shrink. You stop going out. You stop visiting friends because you're afraid you won't be able to get up. The proper technique. The setup. Use a sturdy chair, no wheels. Sit with your feet flat on the floor, hip-width apart. The forward shift. This is the game changer most people miss. Scoot forward until you are sitting on just the front third of the seat. This preloads your muscles. The cross. Cross your arms over your chest. Why? To prevent cheating. We don't want you pushing off the armrests. Your legs must do 100% of the work. Nose over toes. Lean forward from your hips. Keep your back straight until your nose is over your toes. The drive. Push through your heels to stand up in one smooth motion. Do not rock back and forth to build momentum. Momentum is the enemy of growth here. The science of fast twitch fibers. Research from the American College of Sports Medicine found that seniors who did this properly for just 3 sets of 10 reps 3 times a week increased their leg power by 35% in just 2 months. But here's why it's vital for those over 75. It trains your fast twitch muscle fibers. These are the first fibers to disappear as we age, but they are the only ones that can save you if you trip. If you catch your toe on a rug, your slow muscles won't save you. You need that split-second burst of power to catch yourself. Progression. If this is too hard, don't worry. Start with a higher surface. Put a firm cushion on the chair. As you get stronger, remove the cushion. Japanese scientists who studied centenarians found that those who could do 30 chair stands in a row were functionally 20 years younger than their actual age. Imagine that. Simply by mastering your chair, you are literally de-aging your mobility. Exercise number 3, the backwards walking reset. Now, what if I told you that the secret to walking forward with confidence is actually walking backward? It sounds like a party trick, but neuroscientists at the University of Nevada have discovered that walking backward is one of the most profound ways to rewire a senior's nervous system. When you walk forward, your brain is on autopilot. You've done it millions of times, but when you step backward, the brain wakes up. It cannot rely on its old, dusty neural programs. It has to create what researchers call neuroplastic adaptation. You are literally building new highways between your brain and your legs. The mind-blowing research. A study of 89-year-olds found that just 5 minutes of backward walking 3 times per week improved their forward walking speed by 27%. It also slashed their fall risk by nearly 50%. How to do it safely. The hallway. Find a hallway where you have walls on both sides. Place one hand lightly on the wall. This is for guidance, not support. The toe roll. Reach back with your toe first, feel the ground, then roll through to your heel. This is the exact opposite of how we usually walk. The confusion. You will feel clumsy, your brain will feel fuzzy. Embrace that. That sensation is the feeling of new neural pathways forming. It's like trying to write with your left hand. It's difficult because the brain is working overtime. The vastus medialis connection. Cleveland Clinic research shows that backward walking activates the vastus medialis, that teardrop-shaped muscle on the inside of your knee. Most forward movements ignore this muscle, but it is the primary stabilizer of the knee joint. If your knees feel wobbly or weak, this is the reset you need. The calorie and clarity bonus. Interestingly, walking backward burns 40% more calories than walking forward because you can't use momentum. There is no coasting. Every step is a deliberate muscle contraction. Many seniors also report improved mental clarity after doing this. Why? Because you forced your prefrontal cortex to engage in a way it hasn't had to in decades. Exercise number 2, the heel-to-toe tightrope walk. Remember being a kid, walking along a curb or a line on the playground, pretending you were a circus performer on a tightrope? That childhood game is actually one of the most sophisticated balance exercises in medical science. Doctors call it tandem walking. Harvard Medical School research shows it is the gold standard for testing the harmony between your 3 balance systems: your inner ear, vestibular, your eyes, vision, and your feet, proprioception. The 12-year reversal. A landmark study in the Journal of Gerontology followed adults who were 85 who did this daily. In just 3 months, their balance age, measured by computerized sensors, reversed by an average of 12 years. The precise technique. The line. Find a straight line on the floor or use a piece of painter's tape. The placement. Place your right foot directly in front of your left so the heel of the front foot touches the toes of the back foot. The eyes. Crucial. Most people look down at their feet. Stop. Looking down actually disrupts your inner ear and makes you less stable. Fix your gaze on a point straight ahead at eye level. The core. Pull your belly button gently toward your spine. This creates central stability. If your core is tight, your limbs can move with precision. If your core is loose, you will wobble like a noodle. Why this matters for life after 75. In the real world, we don't always walk on wide, flat pavements. We walk through narrow hallways, step around furniture, or navigate crowded grocery store aisles. Tandem walking trains your narrow base of support. The Mayo Clinic discovered that people who can perform 20 of these steps without losing balance have the same fall risk as someone 15 years younger. It doesn't matter what your fitness level is today, you can improve this. Progression. Once you master the forward walk, try going backward on the tightrope. If you really want to challenge yourself and CrossFit your brain, try turning your head side to side while walking the line. This forces your vestibular system to work without the help of a fixed visual point. Exercise number 1, the single leg clock reach. This is the moment, the one exercise that outperformed every other movement in clinical trials. If you have only time for one thing, let it be this. A groundbreaking study from the University of Sydney called this a total game changer for people over 85. Participants who thought it was too late to improve their balance saw a 31% increase in stability scores in just 8 weeks. The National Institute on Aging now recommends this as the absolute gold standard for fall prevention. It's called the single leg clock reach. Why it's different? Most exercises work in one direction, up and down or forward and back, but falls happen in 360 degrees. You slip sideways, you trip forward, you stumble backward. The clock reach is the only exercise that trains your brain to handle multi-directional instability.